Nath Prasad, and I am an assistant professor in the Department of Pathology, GMC Betia. Today I am going to teach you ischemic heart disease. Ischemic heart disease. So what do you mean by ischemia? So ischemia means the reduced blood supply. So this is the diagram that show the heart. So ischemic heart disease. Ischemic heart disease represents a group of pathophysiologically related syndromes resulting from myocardial ischemia. So ischemia means insufficient amount of blood. So what is the difference between the ischemia and hypoxemia? So hypoxemia is the diminished transport of oxygen by the blood. So hypoxemia is less deleterious than ischemia, also called coronary artery disease or the coronary heart disease. So ischemic heart disease or the ischemic heart disease syndrome is the late manifestation of coronary atherosclerosis. In more than 90% of the cases, the coronary atherosclerotic arterial obstruction. In most cases, the disease is slowly progressive or slow to start, then goes to there is a long latent period, then silent phase, and finally there is a late manifestation that may lead to the myocardial infarction or the sudden cardiac death. So ISD is the leading cause of death worldwide for both man and woman. Yearly, approximately 7 million people are affected. So this diagram shows the ancient history of the coronary artery disease. So there is a diagram that shows the smoking a cigarette while shoveling snow. So shoveling snow means in USA, so shoveling snow means so digging up the snow या तो बर्फ खोदना. So in USA during cold weather, pushing a heavy snow can boost the blood pressure, interrupt the blood flow to the part of the heart, and make more likely to form clots in the vessels, and finally may lead to the ischemia, and there is a coronary artery blockage, and there is a death of the patient or the person that doing the or digging the snow. So this is the diagram that show the coronary artery disease. So definition. So myocardial ischemia. Myocardial ischemia refers to an imbalance between the supply and demand of the heart for the oxygenated blood. So there is an imbalance between the supply, perfusion, or the demand of the heart for the oxygenated blood. The coronary artery are the only source of blood for the heart muscles. If this coronary artery is blocked, the blood supply will reduce. So ischemic heart disease caused by the coronary atherosclerotic plaque formation, which lead to the imbalance between oxygen supply and demand, result in myocardial ischemia. The cardinal symptom of the ischemic heart disease is chest pain caused by the coronary artery disease. So you see in the diagram. Now the aesthetics. The aesthetics behind the coronary artery disease, the CAD is the largest killer of American males and females. Around 84% of those who die from CAD are 65 years or older. If under age of 65, 80% mortality rate with the first myocardial infarction within 1 year of initial MI, 25% of the men and 38% of the women will die. Within 8 years of initial myocardial infarction, 50% of the men and women under 65 years will die. An average of 11.5 years of life are lost due to the myocardial infarction. So most important is 50% of the men and 64% of the women who have died suddenly via CAD did not have any previous symptom. So sudden death occur. Those with a previous history of myocardial infarction have 5 to 6 times sudden death rate as compared to the general population. So here you see the statistics, sex distribution of the mortality due to the coronary artery disease by the age group. So this is the diagram that show the distribution between the sex and age, the incidence of the male and female of the disease. Now the risk factors. So what are the different risk factors for the ischemic heart disease? So one is the uncontrollable and other is the controllable. The uncontrollable risk factors are the sex, hereditary, race and age. The controllable risk factors are the high blood pressure, high blood cholesterol, smoking, physical activity, obesity, diabetes, stress and anger. The most important are the high blood cholesterol, hypercholesterolemia, high blood pressure, hypertension, smoking, obesity, and lack of physical activity. Now the ischemic heart disease. Why there be an insufficient blood supply to the heart? So remember that the coronary artery are the only source of the fuel to the heart. So only the coronary artery are the source of the fuel to the heart. The coronary artery are the only three coronary artery. One is the right coronary artery, left anterior descending coronary artery, and left circumflex coronary artery. So these are the three important branches of the coronary artery that supply to the heart. The coronary artery may become partially or completely occluded by the atherosclerotic plaque formation. Now the pathogenesis. So what are the pathology behind the coronary artery disease? So pathogenesis is there is decreased coronary perfusion related to myocardial demand, and there is a role of inflammation. So role of inflammation, one is the T cells. The role of T cells, mainly the CD4 T cells, lead to the coronary artery inflammation. Macrophages, the MMP, that is known as matrix metalloproteinase. The matrix metalloproteinase secreted by the macrophages in the inflammatory lesion, and CRP, the C-reactive protein. The C-reactive protein increases LDL uptake into the macrophages and enhances the ability of macrophages to form foam cells that may aggravate the formation of the atherosclerotic plaque. So in the inflammation, the role of T cells, macrophages and CRP are the very important in the pathogenesis of the ischemic heart disease. The role of coronary thrombus is the most dreaded complication of the IHD. Role of vasoconstriction, platelet and endothelial factors and other vasoconstrictive substances are also play a major role in the formation of the atherosclerotic plaque. Now the role of acute plaque changes. That plaque changes depend on the number, distribution, structure and degree of the obstruction to the plaque. So the acute plaque changes may be the superficial erosion or ulceration, rupture or fissuring, hemorrhage in the atheroma, or thrombosis. The acute plaque changes causes the formation of superimposed thrombus that partially or completely occlude the coronary artery. So, how the atherosclerotic plaque forms? So, in the atherosclerotic plaque formation, there is focal accumulation of smooth muscle cells, foam cells, cholesterol crystals, and lipid under the endothelial layer of the artery within the tunica intima. In the given time, this plaque can protrude into the lumen of the vessels and reducing the blood flow. Often developed at the branch point or curves within the vasculature, and finally blood is slowed or the blood flow is turbulent. So this is the diagram of the artery, vein and capillary. So here you see in the diagram artery and vein all are three layered structure. The outermost is tunica adventitia, middle layer is tunica media that may contain the smooth muscles, and inner layer is tunica intima that is lined by the endothelial layer. So atheroma and atherosclerotic plaque, where the formation of atherosclerotic plaque began. So atherosclerotic plaque or atheroma began within the tunica intima or intimal layer of the blood vessels in the innermost wall of the artery. So here you see this is the blood vessel, the outer layer is adventitia, this middle layer is the intima, and innermost layer is the intima. This intima are lined by the endothelium layer or the endothelium. So what is a plaque made up of? The superficial fibrous cap made up of smooth muscle cells, collagen, elastin and protein. The plaque may also contain macrophages, foam cells and T cells. The foam cells are the one of the first cell found at the site of fatty acid, which is the beginning of the atherosclerotic plaque formation in the vessels. So here you see the diagram that show the composition of the atherosclerotic plaque. So this is the normal blood vessels, and after the atherosclerosis, the blood vessels through the atherosclerotic plaque. So if you see the composition of the atherosclerotic plaque, that may contain the macrophages, endothelial cells, smooth muscle cells, monocyte, foamy macrophages, and cholesterol crystal along with the necrotic debris. So these are the composition of the atherosclerotic plaque. So same diagram, the blood vessels showing the atherosclerotic plaque or the atheroma. The diagram shows the atherosclerosis with a blood clot, atherosclerosis and vasospasm that may lead to the blockage of the coronary artery. Blockage in the right coronary artery that shown in the diagram. Now atheroma. As the atheroma within the coronary artery enlarges, the blood flow to the heart decreases, and therefore so does the oxygen supply. The heart is not in danger of hypoxia until 50% of the vessels is occluded. So at least 50% of the vessels is occluded for the danger of the hypoxia. As the heart senses a decrease in oxygen, there is attempted compensation. The attempted compensation are the increase in heart rate, increased blood pressure, aggravation, or the worsening of the atheroma. So in more than 90% of the patient with IHD have the atherosclerosis of the one or more epicardial coronary artery, progressive narrowing of the lumen or the stenosis that may lead to the fixed coronary obstruction, acute plaque disruption with thrombosis or both compromise the blood flow. A fixed obstructive lesion more than 75% are the symptomatic ischemia or the chest pain precipitated by the exercise, and more than 90% of the obstruction can lead to the inadequate coronary blood flow at the rest. When 70% of the arteries are occluded, angina pectoris will occur. So this is the histological picture of the coronary atherosclerosis, the blood vessels that is occluded by the atherosclerotic plaque. Now the pathophysiology of the myocardial infarction or the ischemia. So here you see in the diagram, so there is a atherosclerosis. The atherosclerosis gradually lead to the obstruction, arterial spasm or the vasospasm may lead to the sudden reversible obstruction. Atherosclerosis along with secondary changes like plaque split or thrombus may lead to sudden, not usually reversible, and all three phenomena may lead to the occlusion of the coronary vessels. Finally, lead to the ischemia. So ischemia lead to the hypoxia. Hypoxia lead to the reduced oxygen demand, may go to the angina. Then there is thrombolysis, may lead to the unstable angina, and finally there is a formation of permanent thrombus. Then necrosis may lead to the myocardial infarction. So these are the flow chart for the pathophysiology of the ischemia or the ischemic heart disease. So ischemic cycle. So if there is ischemia refraction, so there is a development of chest pain, and there is a diastolic and systolic dysfunction. So due to the systolic dysfunction, there is a decreased cardiac output and increased catecholamine. If there is increase in catecholamine, there is a increase in heart rate and BP, and finally there is a increase in MPO2, that is myocardial oxygen consumption. If there is a diastolic dysfunction, that may lead to the increased left diastolic blood pressure, increased wall tension, and finally there is a increase in myocardial oxygen demand MVO2, and this decrease in left ventricular diastolic pressure may also lead to the decreased pulmonary congestion. So this is the ischemic cycle. Now the classification. So IHD mainly the four types. One is the myocardial infarction, sudden cardiac death, angina pectoris, and chronic ischemic heart disease with the heart failure. So these are the four classification of the ischemic heart disease. So one is the angina pectoris. So angina means pain. So at least 70% occlusion of the coronary artery resulting in the pain, chest pain. So the chest pain or discomfort usually prolonged, recurrent, and have the different qualities. The location of the chest pain usually substernal, precordial, jaw, or epigastrium. The quality of the pain are feeling the sensation of pain or the discomfort, burning, tightness, constricting, squeezing, choking, or the knife-like. The pain radiation goes to the left shoulder, jaw, left or right arm, or in the epigastrium. Now the associated symptoms are dyspnea, diaphoresis मतलब excessive and abnormal sweating, weakness, nausea, vomiting, and or feeling of anxiety and impending doom. So what do you mean by impending doom? Impending doom means something feeling happening in the chest. Duration. The duration of the angina is transient, may be the 15 seconds or the 15 minutes to the several hours, relieved by the nitroglycerin in 10 to 10 minutes or the rest. The angina is related to the exercise, cold, meals, emotion or the rest. So if you see the diagram, so angina is type of temporary chest pain, pressure or the discomfort due to the blockage or the coronary artery obstruction. So in the diagram here you see these are the normal blood vessels. So after atherosclerosis there is a fixed coronary obstruction that may lead to the typical angina. So there is formation of atherosclerotic plaque. This is the fibrous lipid cap in the intimal layer. So there is a fixed coronary obstruction. That fixed coronary obstruction may lead to the platelet or plaque disruption or the severe fixed coronary obstruction or the coronary ischemic heart disease. So there is a platelet aggregation and there may be the healing may lead to the severe fixed coronary obstruction. So platelet disruption may lead to the formation of thrombus. So there is a mural thrombus with variable obstruction. So emboli. Unstable angina may lead to the unstable angina or acute subendocardial myocardial infarction of the sudden death. And if there is a occlusive thrombosis, that may lead to the acute transmural myocardial infarction or sudden death. That is known as the acute coronary syndrome. So in the diagram shows the normal vessels. If there is a atherosclerosis, then there is a fixed coronary obstruction. If there is a superimposed changes like plaque disruption, may lead to the partial and complete thrombosis. Now the angina. So pattern of angina, one is the stable or the typical angina, other is the fringe metal angina, and last one is the atypical angina. So a stable or typical angina. In the typical angina, the pain and pattern of the event is unchanged over a period of time. The pain may proceed from months to years. 70% of the vessels block caused by the coronary atherosclerosis, most common form, and transient, usually less than 15 minutes, aggravated by the exertion like physical activity, emotional excitement. There is increased cardiac workload, relieved by the rest or nitroglycerin. These are the vasodilator. Now the fringe metal or variant angina. This angina caused by the coronary artery spasm or the vasospasm. These are the uncommon form, episodic in nature. Typical ECG finding are there is ST segment elevation relieved by the vasodilator like nitroglycerin and calcium channel blockers, but not with the rest. Now the unstable or crescendo angina. The pain and pattern is changing in duration, intensity or frequency. A myocardial infarction waiting to happen if there is 90% vessels block or the acute plaque changes like superimposed thrombosis, embolization or the vasospasm or the both, prolonged in nature, more than 15 minutes, not relieved by rest or the vasodilator, also called pre-infarction angina. So this is the all about the pathophysiology or the pathogenesis of the ischemic heart disease and different types of the angina pectoris. Thank you. In the next class you teach I teach you about the myocardial infarction. ठीक है.